Hey guys, thanks for joining me. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.
Hello, peoples. Welcome to Sharp Ends. Thanks so much for joining me in my quest for the best pocket American-made fixed blade pocket carry in pocket carry. I have been going through all of the American-made knife companies and finding examples that I think are good for them, and this is no different. This just arrived a few days ago, and I'm now doing the unboxing. This is a Bark River knife that I think fits the bill. Um, so I'm excited to share it with you guys. Uh, this is, and I'm forgetting the name of it, the Ultra Light Bushcrafter knife. So let's take a look at this guy here and see if indeed it is going to contend with some of the other knives, which I will show you here in a minute. First, I'm going to ask you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Comments really, really help the channel. So I hope that you can do that for me. Cool. So this is definitely the right size. This is S45 VN, which is a great knife steel for a pocket knife. For a small fixed blade, I think it's also a great choice. Okay, yeah, so this has the classic shape of a Bark River handle, right? Locks in really well, good geometry, tried and tested, all that good stuff. Let's take a look at the blade. All right. Oh yeah, and it's a little Scandi too. This is a convex Scandi, so it's like a high grind or low saber grind type Scandi grind, right? Let's wipe that off real fast. Yeah, and very sharp. You can see there's no secondary bevel. It's just a Scandi grind. But like I said, that Scandi grind is a convex grind as well. And it's got that logo on there, which means that it is for bushcraft. Specifically for bushcraft, this knife here. Comes down to a very fine edge that is very good for poking things. Very nice cuts here. Let's take a look at the profile, the length of the blade. We're talking about cutting edge at 3¼ which is what most fixed in pocket carry fixes go for, and then the handle's about 4, and overall about 7½, which is pretty much standard. Let's compare this to some of these other guys here. A little schmutz on this because I use it a lot. This is the daily carry, which I have since gotten an Armatist Kyvex sheath for with the Ulti clip. Very nice. And then I just got this guy. This is the Very Good Knife Traditional Junior and 80 CRV2. And this is a hollow grind, and I really, really like it. And it came with a Kydex sheath in pocket carry. What I added to Ulti clip. It came with a belt carry, but the good thing about Kydex is that you can add an Ulti clip later. And then I've got the 7 Forge model number 7. This is also 80 CRV. That guy compares very nicely there. What else do we got? We got the Mako, which has got this great in-pocket leather sheath. Very awesome. And then finally we have the Bark, or rather we have the White River Knives M1. Need to clean it off. Looks like I got a little paint in there. So you can see that it's fitting in very nicely with all of these guys, yeah? Now, talking about sheaths, the sheath that came with this guy is a leather sheath, and it's for the belt. So it's not going to be an in-pocket carry because it's not set up that way. I don't necessarily... Now, this isn't the worst sheath that I've gotten from Bark Rivers because it's not ambidextrous. It's basically set up for right-hand carry only, yeah? This is going to take a while to break in, obviously, right? I'll need to let that sit in there for a day, and then I'll need to seal this with snow seal or something, right? So in order to make this a true in-pocket carry, I will need to get a custom Kydex sheath made for it. And that is kind of a pain. So that's one thing that I don't necessarily like about some of these knives, is that you don't get the option to get that. And I feel like a lot of these small bushcraft knives should just automatically come with Kydex, or come with the option or upgrading to Kydex if you need to upgrade or whatever. But yeah, What I really like about these kind of sheaths is that it's got this scallop here, which means that you can easily get it out by pushing right there, and snaps in really nicely, and it finds the hole very nicely in your pocket because of how wide the opening is. Yeah. Um, Having said that, this isn't the worst, and it's nice and small, so maybe it is, a good option. But the reason why I like it to be in pocket carry is because I can carry it around more to like the grocery store and stuff, and actually to go out on the town, as it were, not necessarily out out camping only, as it were, right? I like to have it just be a little bit more concealed than that. So let's take a little bit of a closer look now at this guy. So this is so it's a little bit thicker behind the edge because it's a Scandi, but the Scandi grind is a nice grind to use for this kind of purpose. I'm going to assume that this is razor sharp. The ergos are great. The lightweight, very nicely proportioned, like that. As far as negatives are concerned, this giant lanyard hole here, not my favorite. I do have on this daily carry a little bit of a lanyard here, but it's not necessarily needed because you get a full 4-finger grip. Usually when I want to use a lanyard hole, it's something that's smaller, like this is an LT Right Frontier Trapper. Perfect knife for a small child, by the way. I love giving this to my daughters because they can use this and it fits their hands really, really well. But there's no place for me when I use it for my pinky to land, so having this lanyard here means that my pinky can land, so I don't mind the lanyard hole there, right? Here, I just think it's unnecessary. And again, I wish that there was just an option to do without this, right? But it's not that way. And, if you're going to have it, at least it's not in the way. It's not an extra thing that's poking up, or they've removed the scale material around this. Now, these guys come in all different kinds of materials. But yeah, and then this was about, how much was this? So I got this on sale. They had a coupon for, I think it was 20% off, something like that, or 17% off, or 17.76, something like that. So I was able to get this for like $50 off, which is really cool. Otherwise, it's $250, which the price on this is pretty expensive. But the material, the S45, is a really great steel, more expensive than your 3V or your 154 CM or other metals that they could have chosen for that. So that's one of the reasons why it's a little bit more expensive. I expect that this is going to feather stick like a beast and be absolutely awesome for that, for starting a small fire. It's got a nice back spine here for throwing sparks, and in fact, the sheath comes with a place to put your fire steel, so that is cool. All the way around, I think I like it a lot. The ergos on this are good. There's something about the Bark Rivers that, like some of these, like the Mako here, you see how strange this is, but it actually works really well for locking into the hand, and it feels really good. And when you hold it back like this to shave, it feels really good because your finger locks in there real tight. This guy has a strange ergos, right, where it's the same kind of thing where you're pinching up with some jimping on the top, right? I like that. And then this guy is just fatter in the base in the back, which fits nicely into my hand. I have a large hand, so yeah. And then this guy here feels really nice. Again, not as fat as this guy. This is fatter, obviously, around here. And it's got kind of like this bolster, this rounded bolster up here, which is fine. No sharpening choil to speak of. Yeah. So overall, I think that this is a winner. Compared to the other knives, I don't think that this is going to be my favorite of the year, but I haven't made that video yet. I'm still searching for other American-made knife companies that make small pocket carries or belt carries, bushcraft type knives. So if you guys have any other suggestions, I'd really appreciate it. So the cutting on this is going to be great. It's a different kind of grind. I like that. So comparing all these together is going to be interesting, but price is going to come into it, and this is rather expensive compared to some of the others here. So will it carry the day? I don't know. I'll have to carry around, do a review of this, and really, test it, put it through its paces. But it's pretty darn cool. I definitely like it, and I like Bark River a lot. I have a lot of their knives, so very, very cool. Love to know what you guys think about this knife compared to the others, and what I am missing from this collection that I am making. So let me know in the comments. I might already have it and I just didn't include it in this video. Thanks so much for joining me. Please leave a comment. It really helps the channel. Like and subscribe. And if you want to get a chance to win a knife of the month, become a Patreon member and help support this content. I'd really, really appreciate it. I will see you guys next time on Sharp Ends. Bye-bye now.